that have questions that they want to make sure get answered as part of this study. I want to hear your questions so that I can write them down. And then, excuse me, and then,
please, I know there's a lot of people that are pissed off and been out of shape, but really, a little bit of respect, please.
and then after everybody who has a question that they want to get answered has had a chance to do that, I think at that point it would probably be 8:30. People, and then people that just want to stay and talk because they want to say a position or a comment. That's fine. I have to tell you, I know this is a public gathering, but I'm not going to do much at this point with your positions and comments because I don't even know, I have to gather the data. I don't even know what the information is yet. In January, when I have the issue done, the paper done, then it's time to comment and discuss on it.
Then what is this for? Are you gonna look at this and say, here's the conclusion I came up with?
No, so let me tell you what this is for. Here's the questions. Let me read the questions. 1, what is wonderful about this area? What are the special things about living here that must be maintained regardless of the kind of government that's here or not?
No borough.
No borough.
There's no borough. That's the marvelous thing about it.
So the reason that I want to know this is because if in the future you do decide to go forward once you've had the information and you know what it means, if you do, you want to make sure that any borough you design preserves these really important things that you love about being here. This is almost the most important question, okay? Number 2, are there any possible benefits or opportunities that you think a borough might be able to provide? If so, what are they, okay?
None.
None.
I understand. Number 3, when you think about a borough, what are the possible outcomes or effects that seem negative or scary or you want to avoid them? And it's really
You lose your home.
okay, so it's important to say this stuff because, again, if some group of people does decide to go forward, you want to make sure that the borough avoids those things, okay? So you've got to say what it is, unless it's just, I hate government, and then, what are you going to do?
I didn't say that.
I know. Okay. Number 4, what questions about boroughs do you have that you would like to get answered in this study?
How to get rid of them.
Ask that too. If you want to leave, this is your chance to write this question down or send it in later. And finally, on the back side, number 5, and the place to write your answer is here right next to the map. Okay, we've just been through this. Do you have any idea on what borough boundary might make sense for this area, and why do you think that? So feel free to draw on the map. Please give me your name so that I know who commented, and here's what I'm going to do. If you don't want it, that's fine. Here's what I'm going to do with this. I am going to type up every single answer that I get. Whether you give it to me tonight, you mail it in, you do it online, it goes right into a database if you do it online. I'm going to type up every single answer, and then I am going to step back and say, what are the patterns here? What is the pieces of information? And I'm going to report that back to you in a summary. And it's not going to say, so-and-so said and so-and-so said. It's going to list what are the opinions and questions and things you love about the area, and what scares the heck out of you about this, and what doesn't seem so scary and you want to know more about, so that we can get past just the, loud, angry voices at this meeting and get the opinions of as many people that want to give them as would like. So that's what I'm doing with it.
So basically, you're going to tell us what we think.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna,
Yes, that's exactly right.
This is what you guys think.
let me just tell you
And
something.
I don't trust that.
Say something one time, please. I find it real ironic that the city council that voted for this, I only see one lady here that's on the city council. Maybe I'm missing somebody. But, okay, I'm sorry, 2. Of the city councils, only 2 of them showed up.
I'll tell you why that is because in 2009, they voted to file a petition to form a borough. So when you come in here and you tell us this is not about forming a borough, that's not true. We asked them at a city council meeting if they would repeal that resolution to file a petition, and they refused. So we know what the intent is. And until they repeal that, we don't trust them.
The only thing that I would say is it's a good thing, I mean, frankly, it's a good thing that you got somebody from outside the region that is up here doing this, because I'm not the city council, okay? I didn't even know that they had done that. It's my job to do an objective information, and I don't, you may not like some of this stuff, or you may like some of it.
Why isn't the LBC doing this presentation? Because that's their job. You're not an elected official, are
Actually,
you?
in some ways, it's sort of interesting, because I have done stuff where the LBC, their staff has come here before. People, and I'm sure if you invite them, they'll come up and do a presentation
They already have.
for you.
And we told them no.
Yeah. So, well, the reason why you want somebody, I mean, this is my perspective, obviously. The reason why you want me here and not the local boundary commission, I know half of you are just going to groan when I say this. It's because I am your consultant, okay?
No.
Okay, all right, I know that.
I have an old, I viewed your contract with Mr. Mayran.
Could you say your name, please?
Yes, my name is Jeff, and I live on the north side of town.
Okay, thank you.
I viewed your contract, and it appears that you have an open-ended contract. Now, the way I understand it is, he got $75,000, and he's giving you $65,000. And in that clause, it says that in case you incur more charges because of this amount of money only completed half of this study, only half.
No, it doesn't say that.
Well, if it's not sufficient, if the amount of money that he has given her is not sufficient, then he agreed to enter into negotiations with her to come up with a solution to pay the rest of the money.
An open contract.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
So, that is my question.
all right.
Let's say you need another $150,000. Is that man and his city council liable for that bill?
No, he's not. Here's the deal. Nobody's liable because they wouldn't give it to me, okay? Here's the deal. Because this contract has a lot of options that I'm looking at, and because to really do a good job, given that one of the options is regional in nature, I really should go to all of the communities that are involved and present the report and let them hear and talk about it.
Wouldn't you be required to?
Well, that's the part that I'm nervous about because it costs a lot of money to get around to places here. So what I said to the mayor was, if in order to accomplish that task, it may take extra funding to really go to all of the places. Could we talk about that possibility if that, if that becomes necessary?
I think it's.
The one question should have been answered. You guys are dangerous. Asking questions about what it takes or what the borough will do for you. You are giving her ammunition to destroy you.
That's right.
You are destroying yourself. One question should be asked here tonight is, what do we need to do to get you fired? What do we need to do to fire you? I'm serious. What do we need to do now? Because you said 15% could establish a borough. What does it take to not establish a borough? What's the answer? What is the answer? I need the answer now.
Know what you're having trouble with.
What's the answer?
May I make a suggestion, please?
Sure.
I know pretty much everybody in this room. And to save you from having to come up here again and to go over that $65,000, why don't you
In 2
hire me
years.
and I will go around and get everybody's opinion and I'll send it to you.
Our opinion don't matter. That's not part of the survey.
People that live in cities or boroughs that run a school district are required to make a 2.65 mil equivalent contribution to support their school district. And the legislators, some of them, felt that that wasn't fair, that some people in the unorganized boroughs didn't have to make a local contribution and others did. And that was the basis, the philosophical basis behind that whole movement.
I'm really not happy about the tax thing, but my question is for you, since this is very specific.
Yeah.
On this on the status quo and the no borough.
Yes.
How thorough are you going to go? I would like to have some way of defeating a borough when you do the status quo, since there's already been a petition filed.
Okay, I'll just say that the reason that what I'm doing in the no borough, the status quo, is there's got to be something to compare borough stuff against. So the status quo is like the current, how many kids are in the school, how much money do these places get, how much state and federal revenue, what services do they offer. I'm going to be talking about those kinds of things.
And not helping us.
I don't know. I mean, because I don't know what exactly you're looking for, but
I'm asking you're consulting for the city, who's got grant money from the state, from all of us, so you're actually working for us as well as Jason, which, whatever. I want to then amend your option of status quo to give us an idea of how not to become a borough, because it's already in that direction.
How to remain unorganized.
Okay, and you're next, and then there's a gentleman here that's been waiting a long time, and then you're next. Yes, sir.
Excuse me if I don't stand up. My name is Ken Charlotte from Mento. I'm the president of Mento Development Corporation, a subsidiary of Setcorp, our Native Village Corporation. I came down here to get information regarding what we're talking about today. And we're going to go back and give this information to our people. But just in what I have learned down through the years regarding boroughs and as relate to our Native people, our Native communities, I would say about 99% of the Native communities are totally against boroughs. And that's the way Mento feels. That's the way Mento feels right now, but I can't really speak for the Mento Native Council. They're here, some of them are here, and they can speak for themselves. But we just came here on a fact-finding mission and to get information from this lady who seems to know a lot about boroughs and whether Nenana City Council hired her or not. It doesn't matter to me, just as long as we get the information. To start something and begin something or not begin something, we need to find some facts and go with what we know and learn about it. And I applaud you guys here sitting in the room for not wanting to be run over by the government as the Native people have been done so long.
This process is completely illegitimate because the local boundary commission is supposed to be doing what you're doing. And they're cowards. They won't come here and do their job. Okay? They're supposed to be doing the study. They're supposed to be answering our questions. And they hire you because you're a facilitator. And your job is to come here and smooth things over. Well, what we've endured here in the last 2 hours is what's called a Delphi meeting.
Yeah.
This is an organized meeting for the purpose of guaranteeing an outcome.